So I thought I'd show you what happens when you bury your heater in the sand. Just look at that. Listen to it. Hear that knocking? I can feel the full tank just vibrating every time that pops and bubbles. I don't think it's good. I'm not sure if it'll break the heater, the glass. It shouldn't, but who knows? It's creating a hot spot right next to the heater in the sand. And then when that cold water or cooler water is getting replaced and coming down, I don't know, might not be good. I'm going to move it. But I thought I'd show you what it looks like and tell you it's probably not a good idea. Feels a little dangerous. Though, I can say that the water has cleared up from last night. It's still a little bit cloudy. Some opaqueness to it, and you can see it's real yellow. Needs a water change. A lot of stuff has broken down. You can smell that in the water. It's not good, but it is good at the same time. It wouldn't be good for corals growing, but I think it's an important foundation to have bacteria, and that's why I talk about bacteria a lot in my first video, because that's what we're looking for. We need bacteria, we need waste, we need things breaking down in order to start our nitrogen cycle. It's not the nitrogen cycle. Is it? Anyway, it's what transforms our waste into nitrite or ammonia, then nitrite, then nitrate, and then hopefully, to be achieved by the deep sand bed, it'll process the nitrate and bubble out as nitrogen. I don't think I've ever seen bubbles coming up from the sand bed, really. I have seen some air pockets, not now, in previous tanks. But I've always had really, really low to non-detectable nitrate. And I always try to do a deep sand bed. I'm going to try to do the deepest sand bed I've ever done in this tank. Considered a true and proper deep sand bed. And they say, I think, minimum of 6 inches of sand, which hardly anyone does except by a remote sand bed, which I think is probably the most economical way to do it. So we're going to build this up even further. And as we add in, we'll use our little spot filter to pull out as much of the dust from this other sand as possible, so that we don't end up with a huge mess. But we will obviously still get some of that old ancient waste in there. I'm not too worried about it. I think it's going to be fine. And I know I've got active bacteria in there because of how the water is clearing when I stir things up. Only takes about a night, maybe 12 hours. Anyway, going all right. We're gonna get this stuff set up pretty soon. Get things drilled and set up how they're gonna be. So here we got the tank. I have stuff removed from it so that I can move it, lift it up 2.5 inches so that I can drill this side right here for the overflow. I got this lifted up now. See the stand? Pretty simple. Just lifts it up about 3 inches above the edge of the other tank. Made a measurement here, traced where I'm going to do the hole, drill the hole, and that water line will probably come up close to the dot. So there's not going to be a whole lot of clearance. I don't think I'm going to be able to make my sand bed deeper like I thought. So that's unfortunate. Down the line we may have to revisit the design of this refugium. But it should work for a while anyway. We see yet again that we've got some clarity, but we also have bacteria. You can see that flow pattern that that the water helped create, and you can see the glass needs a clean again, but the water has gone clear, and we can see there's a whole lot of disturbance. A lot of the water has evaporated. I've got to add some more, but that'll probably wait until I drill my hole, because if I fill it up I'm just gonna have to empty it anyway. But you can see all the detritus that's settled down, and we'll have to get that filtered out as well. But it's nice that it keeps getting clear, and it seems to be taking less and less time each time I stir it up. So that's interesting. See, the problem with my heater is that it gets too hot. Good thing this is out in the garage and it's 40 degrees out here. Otherwise, it would be cooking everything in here. Don't worry, I'm going to replace it. But for now, it's doing its job. It's working adequately. It's warm, but it's not too warm for the application. Now, I did just clean the glass. So now you can see with the glass clear, there is just a little bit of debris floating around. But you can see the water, the clarity that we're dealing with. Not great, but pretty good. Wow, that's a lot of detritus in there. Yep, plenty. Well, like I said earlier, that'll all get filtered out. And the light is on once again. Tank is really warm due to the broken heater, and you can see all the condensation, a lot of evaporation because of that. You can see how far down it is. Oh, that's bad. Keep on top of your auto top off, everybody. Well, the water's clear again. Kind of like I was showing before, but it looks like it's cleared up even more. We have plenty of... Oof, look at that, it's furry. Plenty of bacteria and waste. Let's smell. Smells a little bit better. I think I've had a lot of evaporation ever since I put the water in the tank. It's probably half of the water I put in there, so it's probably a hypersaline environment. Now I'm gonna put fresh water in there, fresh RODI, once I get that drilled, which should be in the next couple days. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But I'll get that drilled, and then we'll get this filled up to the right level, and we'll have that plumbed in, so we'll start running this side as well. We've got good bacterial establishment over here. I haven't done any testing. I'm not going to put any livestock in it for quite some time, so we're just going to go slow and easy and get this set up right. Hopefully we can achieve some good success with the use of patience.